Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I'm going to do a video about some cool stuff I received. NZXT approached me, told me they have a pretty cool case, the H440, so they sent me one of those to try, and if I liked it, I thought I'd rebuild my system in it. They also sent me that shirt, and the thing before the shirt was like a kind of like an aftermarket fan controller you stick inside your system, but the case that they included this time didn't really require it. So here I am, I'm opening the case. You want to do that trick where you flip it upside down, you figure out where the bottom is, it looks all smooth, but you guys have to keep in mind, I was a computer technician before I did the streaming thing, before I did the YouTube thing. So the case, it's a really cool case. My overall opinion, I'll talk to you guys as I did the building process. My overall opinion was that this case is like very polished, very perfect. Everything was like really tight on it. Everything was very high quality. The materials used seemed very good. I really was impressed with the case. In all my time being a computer technician, granted that was, you know, bit time ago, I've never worked with such a cool case. So all that padding stuff is very thick. It's foamy stuff to reduce the noise coming from the case. So this is kind of like a silent build. Also, what highlights this build is that it doesn't have an optical base, so you can't use like a DVD drive. But I mean, you just use USB sticks these days. The metal used is very heavy. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's very sturdy, and with sturdy materials you typically have very good sound dampening, and I noticed this as well. The sound dampening of the case is a bit better than the other case that I used, which was some kind of fractal, I forget, and the issue with that might be that I don't have that many fans installed in this one, but the temperatures are about the same. I don't have that many fans because right now it's winter, and in winter you don't really need that much cooling. Well, not exactly winter, you guys know. It's late October. So here I am disassembling the case. I believe it's a Fractal Define R4. And yeah, I was pretty happy with this case, but the one that I got today, the H440, is nuts compared to it. So here you see the case. One thing that you'll notice right away is that all the stuff is kind of like preemptively configured for you. So all the wiring is pre-done. I actually untied it a little bit and realized that it was very well done already. You see I untied the corner over there. These are the hard drive bays. They're a little bit hidden. This is the back where the PCI slots come out through. This is the fan controller that's stuck on the back of the motherboard. And these are the grommet holes where you do the cables, and you can see that the cable management that the case comes with is actually very good. The case comes fully equipped with the fans except for the 3 slots at the top. I believe those are 140mm fans that you can install at the top. Again, I didn't choose to install those because the temperatures are very good, and well, if it gets too hot in the summer I will. I do have the extra fans. So here I am. I'm pretty much examining the case for the first time. I'm looking at it. I start building it after I took all the stuff out of my previous system. First thing I noticed is the power supply. The power supply has kind of like a bracket, and each of the brackets, everything on this case, all the screws, they kind of come out, but they don't come out all the way, so you don't lose anything. It's all the little things are just so cool with this one. So you get this bracket out, you attach the bracket to your power supply. I have like a fractal power supply. Again, I forget which one, like a 600-watt gold one. That's my motherboard with the heatsink, with the memory already installed, because again, I didn't rebuild the system. I made the system almost a year ago, and I didn't end up uploading that video because, as it turns out, I ended up deleting the footage accidentally, so very sorry about that. But it is still fairly new hardware. It's a very powerful system. I'll include the system build in the description for you guys, as well as where you can find more information about the case. So here I am putting the motherboard, putting the big stuff, putting in the system, and one thing I noticed is that when I was trying to tighten the already installed motherboard standoffs, they were perfectly aligned, perfectly installed. Because I don't trust how things are done, I usually try to rescrew them, and I couldn't screw them anymore. They were pretty much screwed in all the way. And one more thing that you'll notice is that there's these 2 SSD brackets right in front of the motherboard, and I installed the HyperX SSDs onto those, and I put them in, and you guys will see just in a second how they go. The regular hard drive goes through kind of like through the back. You don't get to see the regular hard drives through the front of the case, which is fine because they're generally pretty ugly. And when you're doing cable management, you want to work on both sides of the case, so you kind of go around the case. You get the power cables from the back to the front. That's the motherboard cable at 24 pin. And one thing that's really cool here that I haven't seen very well in other cases is that the top motherboard power cable has a very large hole, so it's very easy to install. And there you see the two freshly installed HyperX SSDs. Each of those are 240s. I run them in a RAID 1. And on motherboards these days, RAID 1 actually does double the read speed, so you get the reliability and you get the speed of RAID 0, so it's very, very impressive. There I'm installing the video card, and there you have it. That's pretty much all the goodies in the system, except you go to the cable management. The cable management looks like a complete mess in the back, but it's all tied up in the back. So you tie it up in the back and you put the cases on, and yeah, then it's pretty good. As you'll see here, I'm just pretty much plugging everything in the back, getting the system ready to go. And you know, I was very happy at this point. I'll give you guys a few shots here of the front. See the top, you have the USB 3s, USB 2s, the audio ports, and you have the power button which lights up and it acts as an HD light, so it flickers a little bit if you want it to. The system looks very, very slick. There's literally no cables outside of the 24-pin and the video card cables showing. The entire power supply is in the bottom box covered by the very nice NZXT logo. You guys can see the SSDs are pretty much on display in the case. And see the memory, pretty good stuff. The back, also very nice, except for the cables coming out. I don't organize those too well. As you guys can see, I mean, if you're into computer stuff, you know how pleased I am with this case. It really is beautiful. I have to tell you guys, I am a fan of very slick looking cases, of very silent cases, and I didn't expect to be as pleased as I was with this one. So if you're interested, check it out. Anyway, props to NZXT for building something so cool and sending me a free sample. So hope you guys enjoy it. Check it out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.